the young, incredible one. It's the
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the New York Giants. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be taken very short. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Block, block, block!
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A first down carry for Barkley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Here we go.
Well, that second down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with third and long.
Check 31. Check 31.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And Ingram holds it in. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Hey, gun.
They'll run on first down. Barkley, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Now they go screen, it's complete. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's third down.
Here we go. 120.
Here we go. Check 99. Check 99.
One, Omaha.
Undercurrent.
Hey, exit.
No. Alert flare.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 35. Garoppolo and the offense with a first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Looking to throw. Garoppolo finds his tight end Ingram. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
11.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
On first down, Garoppolo. Complete to Dorsett. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 6 there on first. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Garoppolo gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Defensively, they better figure something out. Opening drive, he already has 4 catches.
And if you have to figure out how to stop him defensively, that usually means you weaken your defense. That means that now the offense is doing the dictating, and they should have other things open up as well.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. No score after 1 on EA Sports. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. And they'll run for it with Barkley. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Hey, gun.
It's Barkley on the counter. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken near the 13. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now Murray off play action. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Going up top. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. Andy Isabella was the intended target. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Open man right side is Ingram. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Ziggy Ansah, able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Murray going to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Here we go,
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A huge play there on the screen pass. 83 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas now to add the PAT. And it is now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And some space here. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Cardinals. He goes 91 yards on the kick return as they are now on the board here in the first half. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Like 22, he's coming.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
One, Omaha.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 30, 10, 5, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Play fake. Murray. He's going to go for a big play downfield. It's caught inside the 25. A huge play there for Arizona. 59 yards. Well, a big play like that looks familiar, doesn't it? Like we saw a week ago, reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Nothing wrong with being explosive. Nothing wrong with being electric. Nothing wrong with carrying it over from the previous week off to a really, really hot start.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Check 26.
Now Drake. Oh, look at the juke. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two. On play action, it's Murray. Rolling to his right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Dan Arnold, and it'll bring up third down.
Let's go. 6-1. Defense wins championships, baby. Forward. 29 is the mic. Mike 29. You gonna see me in your night.
Throwing is Murray on third down. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
There's Garoppolo on first and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle them up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to slip through.
A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards and a giant first down. Garoppolo now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Here we go. Wait, 13. Check 4.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction.
A 23-yard attempt.
And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Throwing now is Murray. He sets to fire deep. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
21. Hey, alert! Come. Shoot! Watch the shoot!
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Here we go. 180! Time to go, night.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. 25 yards. That time.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. Complete to Saquon Barkley. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Here we go. Come on, 18 Gator. Come on. 80 weapon. Switch.
Now Hundley. This will be his first throw off the bench. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Touchdown, Cardinals. Damiere Byrd, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals cut into that lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Watch the twist.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The tackle there by Eli Harold. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with into contract negotiations, doesn't he?
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards and a Giant first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Barkley with a carry on first down, and he'll get about 4, so 2nd and 6 forthcoming. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Go.
Again, it's Barkley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
21. Lock.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
54-yard attempt.
And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. And that'll set him back 5. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Now this time, Murray to throw it. And this one caught by Max Williams. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the fourth and final quarter. Play action. Now it's Murray. Looking deep downfield. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man, complete. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 41 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Murray now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 6 there on first.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards, good for a giant 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs.
Now Barkley stripped of the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Hey, gun.
On second down, here's Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Here we go. 180. 65. Slam.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And that takes us from second to third down.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Now the Pro Bowl kicker, Aldrich Rosas. Last year, he hit one from 57. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off near the 29. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Here we go.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. To throw once more on second and 10. Garoppolo. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run with Drake. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing to...
He's got it at the 15. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A big play there. A touchdown on a kick return, and now one through the air. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Giants, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.